Peace, 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 and many blessings. This is your girl Sunshine, and this is Shine Vibrations. And tonight we have another special guest, and this is another erotic edition. So, those of you who love poetry and those who love erotic poetry and those who are self-proclaimed sapiosexuals, this is definitely the show for you to tune into today. Because when I tell you, got to toot my horn. Shout out to my fellow Taurus queen tonight. Miss Side Eyes. When I tell you this sister is so dope, she is multifaceted, and I can't wait for y'all to get to know her. That's right, Blast Media. Thank you. There go my show. Peace, 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 Carla. All right, she is the one and only host of Carla's Concoctions. Crazy Carla Concoctions, my bad. This wine hitting me already, sis, a little bit. But it is every Thursday night at 8 p.m. here on Blast as well. She is an actress, comedian, poet, singer. I might be telling a little too much, but when I tell you my sis is fire, definitely check her out. You got some movies, some plays, some series coming up. Seek her. You will not be disappointed. So, before we get into the show, wait, I just seen her comment. Okay, what's poppin', big bro? Jose De La Cruz, aka DJ Sugar Shack, in the building. And sure, you already know, you ain't got to thank me. This is what we do. Because, see, y'all, I would not be here on Blast if that was not for my show interviewing me on her show. And then they was like, yo, we need somebody to do poetry. So here I is. But let's show you who this beautiful darling is. Now, I'm gonna start off with this picture because I just love the way the she stands out and she commands attention in this picture. This is Nasai. When I tell you she is a dope artist, this is my favorite. I love them dresses. You feel what I'm saying? Because, we part of Thickums crew. This is what we do, okay? We are beautiful in our skin. But when I tell you this sister, she is blessed beyond measure. She is so gifted and talented. And I remember the first time I met her, we actually shared the stage together at the infamous Artist Block. Once again, shout out to the Artist Block in Greensboro, North Carolina. And then she just moved to Charlotte. And then I didn't get to see her like that no more, except for on Facebook. And then I moved to Charlotte. And then what did she do? Moves back to Greensboro. So, but thanks to my bro, comedian extraordinaire, I call him Capo, aka comedian Amston Hughes, for his Lust and Laughter, which his next Lust and Laughter will be at the Artist Block on August 16th. We will talk about that some more. But I ran into my sis again, and I'm like, oh yeah, we doing this. We getting you on the show. So, Carla, you see, she knows her too. She says she's dope. And before we get into this dope interview, let's go ahead and get some of our quick ads together. This is Soul Society Heavy Energy with live alkaline water. And August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, they have their upcoming alkaline festival. Hopefully within the next week, I can get T. Walker to come back on the show to give you guys more details. If not, I have no problem with informing you. But here's Born King with the live alkaline water.
Peace and love, family. Check it out. It's the We Are the Gold campaign. We Are the Gold campaign is all about highlighting ourselves as the wealth, value, and solutions we've been looking for. We are the gold. Before it comes to the money, your health is the wealth. Tap into intentional lifestyle decisions, making sure you're putting living, local foods preferably, especially organic, into your well-being, your temple, And you already know you gotta couple that with the live alkaline water, the best hydration in the nation. Natural alkaline spring water straight from the source, no artificial induced processing. And the other side of the We Are the Gold campaign is activating our economics, so tap into the We Are the Gold campaign. Get your $20 monthly subscription special at heavyenergyuniversity.com.
Now you run over to heavyenergyuniversity.com and you have 2 promo codes to choose from. One is Shine Vibrations 888 and the other one is Royal Sons, and that's SUNZ Enterprises 810. Next is my big bro, Will Jacobs, with the She Fresh clothing line, part of his FCC established clothing line, 10 years and counting in the business. So check him out. The fresh moons that I rock, these and the ones with the wings, that is also part of his clothing line, part of the accessories. So check out Will Jacobs. Google him. You'll see everything. He's an author. He's a poet. He is an entrepreneur. His own clothing line established, like I said previously, 10 plus years. And I have known him since I was 5 years old. So, that is a dope brother right there. Check him out. He has a book, Concrete Reflections, As I Thinking, and his most recent is Sheesh. So again, check him out on all platforms, Will Jacobs. And next we have none other than beautiful. She's smiling in the background. Y'all can't see her, but I see her. She see, because it was some things that was going on. So I had to get her in the mood. Because last week's show we talked about, the had you for breakfast type deal. So, we gotta bring this out, gotta have that energy right. So let's bring forth Nasai Eyes. Hey!
What's up?
Peace.
Hey, I am good. Like you said, it's been the last crazy hour or so, but we good right now.
That's right. We is in the building and we is making it right. So now let me go back to these pictures. Ma'am, where was this? Where was you?
I used to have an amazing job at Middle Sea Jazz in Charlotte, and I made sure to have a photo shoot in there because I love the atmosphere. It is a beautiful place to be. It's grown folks, grown and sexy vibes in there. So that's what that picture from.
It's nice. Getting little Billie Holiday-esque type vibe. I was like, go ahead, sure, go ahead when I see that one. Yeah, because it's there. Everything. Pow, bang, yeah. Okay, so let's get into this interview. Now, I always ask this question because people like to put folks in boxes. And whom better than tell anybody about you but you? So, what is something that you want the viewers to know about you?
I am a multi-creative. For a long time, I was told, pick one thing. I can't pick one thing. I like to do a lot. I learn a lot. I am constantly a student and a teacher by trade as well. So I do what I do. And then what I can't do, I'm probably going to learn how to do it, or I'm going to leave that to somebody who can. So with all that I do, my biggest goal is to educate, beautify, and empower one canvas at a time, whether that's the face, whether that's the soul, whether that's an actual canvas, my goal is to make sure all of that's covered. You're gonna walk away feeling something. So within that, I'm a makeup artist, I'm a visual artist, I'm a poet. My background is in theater. I haven't been acting on stage in a minute, but I can still do it if I need to. Exactly. And
but don't count me out. Don't count me out.
Don't count me out at all, because if I need to pull a rabbit out of a hat, I got it.
I hear that.
But yeah, like I said, I used to be a teacher as well, so I've done a lot in these 43 years. But my main nuggets are the poetry, the art, and the makeup artistry.
Okay, so with someone who can't just pick one, like in order to function, which I get it, you have all of these things pouring out of you at the same time, and the only way for you to feel balanced is if you feed a little to all of them at the same time. So what works for you? How do you make that work?
The gift and the curse is I do it when I feel like doing it. Because a lot of times if you're forced, and I'll get into deadlines in a second, but a lot of times you're forced to have a deadline. But if I feel like I need to paint, because it can be therapy, so can poetry. Sometimes you need to write it out. Sometimes there's no words to say, so you need to paint. So, yeah, I do it when I do it. When the vibe falls.
You either like it or you don't.
You like it or you don't.
And that's also the Taurus in us.
I'm not too stubborn, but I can be occasionally.
When it comes to our stuff, when it comes to our art, yes. Just like they say we are protective. You think we're not overprotective of ourselves? True.
Very, very. And I'm learning more and more as I'm growing and elevating in myself. Like, I don't like that. I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Like them voiceovers.
I ain't going to do it. But
so, how early did poetry come into your life?
I want to say from a young age. I'd say elementary, middle school. I know there are some books somewhere that my mama probably has in a box. Because I remember her finding one of those books and was like, what you just say? So I was writing then and I kind of put it away. But what had happened was in Charlotte, I happened upon an erotic poetry open mic. Not lust and laughter, lyrics and love.
Yep. Isn't that Israel the poet, right?
The poet.
Yes. Shouts out to beloved. Look, we got RL in the comments. He said, "Peace shine. You got the little nasty poet paint alive. You know it."
RL, don't start.
And then eventually Zenise, she said, "I love that. Sometimes there are no words. Other creative outlets can be how the feeling is expressed." And
yes.
So after being introduced to the erotic side by Israel, because baby, they usher in some stuff over there. I'm trying to tell you.
The show coming up. So
yes.
I listened and watched for, I'd say probably 4 weeks. I wrote something like that first day I went. And I was like, yep, next week I'm going to get up there. Didn't even put my name on the list. I was like, maybe they just don't know. But I finally, after, like I said, about a month, I was like, okay, put my name down. And so the poem that y'all always request is that a revamped version of that first poem that I wrote.
RL said, "I do love notes, but in the side does the drip moist stuff."
You gotta get moist.
The moist.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of your background, because I remember we alluded to this on last week's show. How is it being from a particular background when it comes to being talented and then finding your way in a path that is usually frowned upon, even though it's just words?
It's just words, all right. It's still something I'm figuring out, honestly. For a long time, there was conviction. And as you are alluding to, I am a preacher's kid. I'm the baby of a preacher and a deaconess with grandparents who were singing in the choir and everything. So that's where I was at Sunday through Saturday in the church. And so again, it's still something that I am pushing through. Because I know there's an authenticity that I am not fully giving into, not being able to say what I want to say and need to say and push out. So yeah, it's certain things that I don't say in certain spaces, and there are certain things, and this is an honesty. I know my parents, and so I don't put it in their face, what I say and what I do. There's other avenues for people to find my work, but I make sure if it's something that they're going to see, I'm not blasting it all over the place, just blasting. I'm not blasting it all over the place for them to feel some kind of way. If they read a book where my poetry is in and it's erotic, and they read it, that's on them to read it. They are very supportive of me, but I'm sure probably to an extent. There's certain things they're not going to say, hey, my daughter's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's how the other Christians came. That's how the little Christians came. That's and it is like, it battles. It's not so much battle. I just say like, just the thoughts of it, and then when not saying anyone that we know personally per se, but I've overheard in rebuttals that, oh, you serving, a different entity, that ain't, or, the classic one, that ain't nothing but the devil. But my thing is, even if you dabble with the faith and the belief, nothing can happen without God's hand in it.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? If we take what you say to us, what you've been saying, and the one thing that the old folks used to say was, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, right? Isn't that a famous quote?
It is.
So if we can say those things, how can we not also say, well, he knows my thoughts before I speak them. So therefore, if these thoughts are now transferred from pen to paper, he was there during the creation stage of it.
Indeed.
He put all of us in places, and we all have different talents to serve a greater purpose, which gives I would say, a well-rounded balance of life, which prepares us, or should prepare us, to make concise decisions. Because let's be real. Sometimes it's a song that can save a person's life before it's somebody that raised them all their life.
True indeed.
However you get the message, you get the message.
And people, I mean, it's church folks. It's folks that's in marriages and things that ain't quite as happy as they may portray in public. But there may be in one of these poems that they hear. They gonna go home and do a little something, and everything gonna hopefully.
Or they done did it already. And trying to act like, well, you shouldn't talk about these things. Man, it is life.
But that's part of the problem too. A lot of people don't talk about things. They worry about what people are gonna say or do, even their spouse. When sometimes all it needs to be is a conversation. Babe, I want to try this. Babe, this is what I've been thinking. Babe, I don't like when you do that. If those conversations take place, and sometimes even before you even get in the bed, you might be all right.
Yeah. And I mean, come on here now. How you laying down with somebody? How you opening your legs? How you parting the legs of somebody that you can't have these type of conversations with? You already there. You already creating the act. So why is it so hard to discuss? That's communication. That's love. That's the highest level of understanding. So, seeing it, through art is a beautiful thing. You have nudists that, you paint nude bodies. You have people that does the photography, you have those, that is just how it is expressed. And some people are really just taken back from it. But yet you can go to certain religious spaces and find statues.
Come on now.
Right above the head.
Letting it all hang out.
I mean, nuts and berries all out. Just because it's all white and it's cement, it still doesn't mean it's not exposure. Booties, balls, like penises, everything in these religious spaces. So again, it's like, how do you say this? But then when I go here, oh, why? Because they're cherubs, they're angels. It's supposed to be different. It's still exposed. Sex has still been shown in some type of way. So until you want to take it out them buildings, I feel that folks shouldn't be judging anyway. But no one should judge a poet who has the talent and the ability to, get you moist down there, offer some words.
Little pudding draws.
I think it's safe sex.
It is very safe.
And sometimes better than watching a porno, because if you take what you're hearing and create your own imagery, like, hello.
Listen, I've had somebody tell me, just sit me in a chair, put a blindfold on, and just talk to me.
See?
Got my hands up and just talk to me.
See? That's what I'm talking about. So,
see, you look like you about to start something.
Well, I don't think we want to give the highly requested one yet. I think I'm a gatekeep a little bit.
Okay, I figured you might.
Yeah. So, would you have another to open up with?
You know what? Okay. So we didn't allude to this, but I used to model, which is where some of those pictures came from. And as I was modeling, I got the name Top Shelf from one of my photographers.
Yay! See, I didn't even have to ask the question. I love when this happens.
My nerves. For obvious reasons, because I am we'll start this way. Because of quality. However, I am very tall, standing at a good 4'10", so I can't always reach the top shelf. As well as I am endowed in this region.
Look, I wore this shirt today just because of you.
for a reason.
She blessed in that Earl. She blessed in that Earl.
Not real. And so funny enough, I don't really drink like that, but I had to do some research and find out some top shelf drinks, because I had to do a poem called Top Shelf if people call me Top Shelf. So I guess I'm gonna go into that. You want the whole thing? You want to snip it? Because I want to make sure I'm with the time. I
mean, it is up to you, darling. Y'all like to tease folks. I don't like nobody teasing me, but it's your world, boo. It's your world. It's however you want to do it.
All right. Come follow my lead. My handle is topshelf_muse. But don't underestimate handling me when the muse you see extends further than your normal reach. You're so used to playing at eye level. You gotta reach higher. There's no time for malt liquor. You've got to elevate. Take it to the head, lick your lips, and swallow. See, I've been using my tongue as my pen for a minute, but lyrics and love allowed me a place to be vulnerable and take verbal sexpeditions. Israel opened the door. He let me come profusely and squirt words of eroticism on a saged palate. And as you received eargasms from my tongue twist, your manhood shifted as you felt the highest quality of this top shelf's liquid. I am top shelf. Can't always reach the top shelf, but sometimes it's a quality performance tool. You see, I'm old-fashioned, yet considering you as my modern muse. Now, there's no need to choose, whether it's light or dark rum, maybe a taste of Hennessy Black. As long as it gets me in the mood, I might just back that ass back. You see, my name ain't Brandy, but I do want to be down with your gin in my juice. Lay back. With my mind on coming, deep throating on my mind. Moisturizing me with your Hennessy shots. Absolute decadence. You see, I'm careful to not let one drip drop. Now, Mr. Belvedere. Mr. Belvedere is smooth, but that morning wood forwards me to be reserved as he slides with his key into my keyhole. Unlock the coconuts of my Malibu, my rum punch overflows. My red breast, RG. And I soon find myself scotched against the wall. Like Don Julio, you rest between these two barrels and the deed still arrests for me. Now it's ever clear that you're a man of good taste. Will you be my patron? Because I'm sure there's 1,800 ways to metaphor play a sex tape or two, like Spiritus. Not everyone can handle 95 proof. You see, I'm built to provide pleasure. Shots all around. With me, last calls don't last. There's always another round. Are you sure you can handle top shelf? It can get expensive, but the experience is priceless. Just follow me. Let me be the muse. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Say that last line again.
Stay thirsty, my friends. That one.
Stay thirsty.
Stay thirsty.
So you said this was inspired from going to the section, right, with Israel, or this was just the experience?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, all of it technically is inspired by that because that's how it got started.
Okay. Indeed.
That's how it got started. But I knew I needed something because my name being top shelf out in these modeling streets.
They go, all right, look, shots. That's the Hennessy shots. Is those the Hennessy shots?
I got water to shots.
Oh yeah, y'all, while we have him in the comments, y'all run over to RL as well. He is a dope poet. He has a love note series that is phenomenal. So, check him out in these poetic streets. You know what I mean? We all tourists in the building anyway. So, we got to take time to shout out and show some love. So,
videos because I do have my artwork in one of his videos. So just go ahead and watch like all the love notes.
All of them.
Just go ahead and get those watches up.
That's right. So while we sit on some top shelf, we are going to go into our blast artist spotlight and keeping it with the vibe tonight. This is a brother here on blast who, when he came in, his music just had those of us in the family by storm, because it took us back to like the R&B that we know, you know,
Yes.
the Jaheems, the Donnell Joneses, you know, you feel me? Like these people who, these brothers, especially, let's shouts out to the men too, because you know, y'all is doing it for the sisters. And at one time, y'all really held us down in the R&B sector. So when we all got a chance to listen to his music, it was like breath of fresh air. So without further ado, this is Hakeem Romance with I Heard.
Looking for me, asking all sorts of questions, second guessing. Well, you done found me, babe. What's it gonna be? You something. Come over here, get you what you need. You been talking that shit all day. I'ma let you have your way. Show me what you're about, baby. Shouldn't be much more to say. So here we are, we got time alone. Baby, come on. I need to see what you're talking about. Make me believe what it's all about. Inspire me walking in the house. Baby, show me. I need to see what you're talking about. Make me believe what it's all about. Inspire me walking in the house. Baby, show me. Sticky secrets and Fenty, many options to pick from. Sensing your sweet aura, is that Dior? I can't choose, I choose you. You know I love all of them. But what's the point of it all? I'ma rip them off anyway. You been talking that shit all day. I'ma let you have your way. Show me what you're about, baby. Shouldn't be much more to say. So here we are, we got time alone. Baby, come on. I need to see what you're talking about. Make me believe what it's all about. Inspire me walking in the house. Baby, show me. I need to see what you're talking about. Make me believe what it's all about. Inspire me walking in the house. Baby, show me. Yeah.
And that was Hakeem Romance with I Heard. Baby, run on over to blastmusic247.com and join for the free. You know, we got this for the fans and for the artists. So, you know, artists who have visuals and EPs that is popping up and already done and got singles. Go on over to Blast Music 24/7 for the FREE. That's free. And join and upload your stage. I'm even on there. You can find me. My man makes beats. And soon you will have my other two that is popping. The Mother's Days and Every Word in This Poem are the next ones coming up. So run on over to blastmusic247.com so that you want to see more artists like me, like Hakeem, like the rest of our team, and hundreds of other artists. Go on, get your account, stream, like it. And like I said, if you are an artist yourself and don't limit yourself, comedians, poets, bands, especially live bands. I love that. I love that that's coming back too. So, let's get the live bands on there. Let's get the rappers, the artists, the comedians, run on over to Blast. And we are changing the industry one artist at a time. So now, look, Carla, look, see, told you, look, I can hear her voice. That is the brother right there. I'm trying to tell you. So y'all gotta run over the Blast so you can check out the rest of his music. You will not be disappointed. So next up, we got Canaleaf, health, wealth, and stuff. We had the live alkaline water, and some folks like to partake. So here we go. Discover Canaleaf, your ultimate online dispensary. Looking for premium cannabis products without leaving your home? Welcome to Canaleaf.net, your one-stop shop for all things cannabis. Huge selection. Explore their diverse range of strains and edibles in just a few clicks. There's an exclusive offer. If you have not done so already, run on over to Blast Music 24/7 and hit subscribe. Then run over to Canaleaf.net and put in the Blast promo code discount for 15% off for every purchase, not just to get you in there. This is for every single purchase. That promo code is BLAST15, Blast15. Shop online is quick, easy, and convenient. Just visit Canaleaf.net to browse their selection and place your order in minutes. Why wait? Elevate your experience with Canaleaf today. You can follow them on social media. That is Instagram and Snapchat at Canaleaf_FL. And yes, the FL stands for Florida. Canaleaf.net. Get your smoke on, your edible on, however you do.
However you do.
Be cooling how you be cooling. That's all I can say to you. So, now, what would you like to speak about this highly requested piece first, or would you like to speak on it after? You like to just bust them over the head with it first so they can see why we love it so much?
Sure.
The music, you want to do an acapella? Let me know how you want to do this.
I'm gonna just jump in.
All right, because I did turn it down.
Because you know what's about to happen. Is that what happened?
I'm shutting my mic off.
Okay, all right. Tossing and turning makes my appetite keep growing strong all night long. Anticipating morning light, and I can't wait much longer. Feels so strong. Our bodies touching, I can't get enough. I wanna love you. I wanna wake up to my nipples in your mouth, and your fingers checking the pulse of my pussy, and your tongue soon to follow. I want my good mornings to be said over and over again, because I have come over and over and over again. But I'm willing. I'm willing to feed you again. I want to feel like I'm in another world, and my mind not on anything other than you, me, and pleasing each other in multiplicity. Now, there's no thoughts of bills and what the plans of the day are. Just the here, the now. Now, we changing positions, and as Kevin Hart would say, it's about to go down. Now, I slay faces for a living, but I love the makeup of your hands and how they caress the contour of my back as your tongue highlights the valley deep inside. She likes to be kissed passion. She likes your undivided attention. She likes to be made love to. Now, getting wet is no problem, but once Niagara falls, be ready. And when the sun rises, there's one thing on my mind. I want sex for breakfast. Stay inside. And even though we made sweet love all night, I need sex for breakfast. It feels so right. Now, it'll be slippery when wet, but I'm not against you going in for another taste or stroke. Hell, my legs are split open holding up the peace sign for more. Now listen, there's no need for grits, toast, eggs, pancakes, crepes, whatever. As long as there's enough sausage, my juices will overflow to the bed. And when the morning comes, I know that I'm coming to. And when the sun rises, there's one thing on my mind. I need sex for breakfast. Stay deep inside. And even though we made sweet love all night, I need sex for breakfast. It feels so right. Sex, yeah, is the best breakfast. Sex is a damn good breakfast. Sex, yeah, is the best breakfast. Sex is a damn good breakfast.
Ooh, baby. So, asked, is this just a prompt type poem, or did some past experiences prompt this poem?
All of that. Initially when I wrote it, DJ the Chicago Kid has a song, Sex is the Best Breakfast. And as I continue to revamp it, Christina Aguilera has a song about sex being the best breakfast. So apparently I'm not the only one who has experienced this lovely type of breakfast.
Yes.
It is so lovely to be awakened in multiple ways.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Makes you reminisce a little bit.
Yeah. You know, flashbacks.
See?
Yeah.
You know, a poem or a song is never really done because you may have some things happen and you got to add that to it. So there may be remixes. I've been told it needs to be a poetry visual, and it needs to be recorded. So
yes, definitely needs a visual for that one. Definitely.
This kid be doing some things.
doing them things. I'm just saying, because you know,
it's real classy, but it's gonna be sexy.
Yes. We, don't sleep. Sis, get to popping for real. So like there's literally, when it comes to makeup artists, I only know 3. I know some folks that do makeup, but I only know 3.
Just 3?
One of them is right here on the show. The other one is, baby girl Khadijah with Wilson with Impress You. That's my baby. I know her since I moved from Jersey. She was 12. Watched her basically, grow into who she is right now. So, that's my. When I say all the way live, all the way live. I don't play about her sis. Okay. And then there is Bambi. She
Okay.
used to work at the Sunshine House when my boys was going there, and then I learned that she was getting into it. She's self-taught, so it's like I celebrate these three, because those who I know and I seen they work, and baby, I'm trying to tell y'all, you need somebody that can help you curate an event, okay? Provide the visuals for the events. Also, beat your face for the event. Also, model your clothing line or her own, or however the thing is going on, can model for you. And do you get where I'm going? This is the whole package. One stop all the way. Do you hear me? You got it right then and there. So me personally, I feel even if I can do it, there is something that some people in general, not just Tauruses, have to learn about, relinquishing the reins sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And knowing when you're full, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It doesn't have to be because to prevent stress. It should just simply be because I want for my sister what I want for myself. So if I have an avenue and I need all of these things done, and I know where my focus really needs to be, why not go ahead and be with somebody like, hey, you know what? I know Massage, she can do this for me. Matter of fact, she can knock out these three, and then boom, I need somebody to do this for the visuals. I have essentially Sanice, boom, I could get her to do this. This is how you pull others in, and the networking, being the plug, this is how we all win, so yeah. You will never be disappointed. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. That's what this one here. You will never be disappointed. Never, never, never. Okay.
And I'm actually soon, because I've been asked. I can't do my makeup like that. Can somebody teach me? So soon I will have an online class. You can go at your own pace. All you got to do is press play. We're going through skincare. We're going through eyes. We're going through the whole shebang. So by the time you get done with these 5 courses, you should be able to know how to make sure your skin looks good before you have to try to cover up something.
Okay.
Your whole face. So that's coming.
Okay. And tell us about this here.
That is my first recorded poem entitled She. This is my women's empowerment piece. And if you were, it was actually released the same day, years and years and years and years later, that one of the lovely comic books was released with Misty Knight. So I wanted to make sure I released it on the same day that comic book was released. But this poem mentions a lot of our lovely Black African American queen superheroes. So yes, this is women's empowerment. You're gonna hear some of the superheroes that you either don't know, you do know. Of course, everybody knows Misty Knight if you watch Luke Cage and you're just, a comic book fan.
But who I got tatted on me?
Huh?
You know who I got tatted on me right here on the side of my thigh? I got Nubia.
Ooh, is she in there too? She in there too. You
I
gonna
get
get
people when if they see it, they're like, wait a minute, is that Wonder? No, that is Nubia. That is her twin sister. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
know that.
Yeah.
I'm doing all kinds of research, like, ooh, that's another one, and that's cute.
That's right. That's right.
And so I mention and pay homage to a lot of these Black female superheroes that we rarely hear about in this poem. So definitely check it out. It is on the majority of music streaming services that are available. And it's cheap.
All right. So, how has not just with the balance of, your crown of talents, how has poetry assisted you in any way? Like everything we do is like a creative release. But poetry, has it ever served as just therapy at one moment?
It absolutely has. Like I mentioned, I started doing erotic poetry, I think that was 2016, 2017. And I got separated from my ex in 2016. So weirdly enough, between poetry and I felt like, okay, I got to get my sexy back. I lost myself in this marriage. So the modeling came after that. I was doing some things, saying some things. But it's absolutely a release, and it doesn't necessarily have to be erotic. Sometimes it's literally pouring out. It don't got to rhyme. It don't have to have any rhyme or reason. Sometimes it's just a brain dump. And sometimes you got to get it out for you to be able to move on. Sometimes, take a day to cry.
That's right.
But don't linger in it, because you're going to get stuck there and can't find your way out. So release it. Feel it, be in it, and then let it go. And sometimes what you write can help somebody else get through. You don't know who you're helping until somebody comes up to you and say, girl, I didn't do that. I'm glad you found your way out of it, but I'm still in it. So do what you got to do, whether it's writing a song, writing a poem, if it's your handprints plastered over the paper or a canvas, just that's how you feeling. I have a drawing right now where I'm like this, and it's tears coming down. I still haven't painted it yet because I need to go back to that place to paint it.
Exactly.
But it's literally one day I was just sitting there like, what the hell am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. And so it's on a canvas, but I got it out. And it played its purpose for what that is, which is why I haven't been painting yet. But
that's right.
Eventually.
And then Carla said exactly, Nasai, be transparent is healing. That is the only way, accountability, man. I'm saying. It's a lot of everything is ugly. You know what I'm saying? And things had the potential to get uglier before they get better.
And a lot of people think, they see social media and people smiling, they're going to show you the best sides of them on social media. You don't know what's going on behind them closed doors.
Man, those of us of the melanated persuasion
we know how to
already have known for centuries what it is to look good in the middle of mess. Okay?
It looks like what we go through most times.
Exactly. We know how to not look like what we've been through. I believe that is a superpower within itself.
It is.
I don't think it's so much of masking the things, but it's a way of reinforcing that in the midst of it all, life goes on, and what are you going to do? Piss or get off the pot?
Yeah. And I've also, a lot of people say, how are you? And you get the standard, I'm fine, I'm good. But probably 2-3 years ago, I started asking the questions, how's your heart? How's your mind? How's your body?
That's right.
There are some people who just gonna say, oh, they all good. But there's some that are actually gonna take the time to think.
Because they don't never break it down like that. You have to you have to help people put the brakes on them sometime. Like Carver
And most
said,
of
you
the
know
time,
how to wear the mask.
wait a minute, let me think on that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
They sometimes they'll spill a whole. They needed to that release. They needed to tell somebody, and somebody finally asked.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep. And when you're used to being in certain cycles and you're not there and you actually go to them and then it seems like you're just rattling. It's not like you're anxious or anything. It's that you have not had the space. You've had spaces to provide it, but not the safe way that that particular tribe or that cipher presents. You know,
yeah,
some people know more than others. Some people are more comfortable with others, and that's just because of the way that the energies, combine. So, you can't control that. So yeah, it may sound like a toddler that's just and mommy and when we had this and then but it's just that no, I don't have this opportunity where I am to do
right.
this.
And
So
sometimes it's safe enough to tell certain people.
yeah, exactly. And it just pours out, and then you'll get those people who may not understand it and it'll be like, oh,
Yeah,
it's something going on, something ain't right, but if you really truly know that person, you would even know without them even explaining, like, yeah, it's just that they don't have that outlet. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's I got testosterone around me. So, if I get around some sisters, yeah, I'm gonna get a chance to talk about things I want to talk about because I don't get to do that in my house. You know what I'm saying? So,
And have a
and
good old time.
yeah,
You're gonna feel much better because you're in the space that you feel safe. But you also have that energy around you where you feel uplifted at the same time.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, um, if you had to choose,
Uh-oh. I
yeah,
don't know.
if you had to, if let me start it differently. If someone was nervous about wanting to put their innermost erotic sexual thoughts on paper, how would you advise that person if they came to you?
At least just start. At least put it on paper. That this is my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Session in my phone.
The note sections, Google Keep. So
Oh,
no matter where you log in at Google, if you use the Google Keep notes, it's
yeah.
always with you in there.
At least just start. When I first started with open mics, and it's been a beautiful journey. I of course started with Israel the Poet with Lyrics and Love, but not long after that, COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting my feet wet, getting on the stage, talking nasty to people. People telling me to put the microphone in my mouth. You know how to do that. And so I ended up finding myself meeting other poets on Instagram and Facebook. Most of the time, Instagram open mics. There's a lot of times that these people don't know you, but they love poetry. And so they're going to give you feedback in the comments. They're going to DM you and let you know how they felt about it. And sometimes they might even drop you a couple coins because they resonate with what you said. So even if it's you talking to somebody that you're most comfortable with. For me, I have my tribe, my few besties, because the circle is real small. Where if I'm trying to see how something is flowing or if it's relatable, I'm gonna send it to them. Once I kind of hear what they have to say, and it has to be somebody that's gonna tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, not just be a yes man.
Exactly.
So I let them hear it, and most of the time, if it's my sister, she like, "Ooh, I'm gonna tell mom." So
Yeah, tell them about
right, you can tell, but I got some stuff on YouTube. So usually I'll go to them first, and then slowly when you see me at open mics, when you see me doing features, most of the time I've probably vetted a piece to a few different people. And most of the time it might be my male friends. Because they gonna tell me how that made them feel. For a long time I didn't like my voice. I hated listening to voicemails and hearing recordings back. But when you learn, and it's funny, I saw a TikTok about this, when you learn how to lower your register and give it to them. Sometimes you have to bring your voice down to them hear you. So you may not always get this, but you're gonna get it. And so I started to understand the level of how to talk.
Just to linguistics, baby. Yes.
So sometimes you might get that morning voice or that late at night voice.
Yes. Were you sleeping? No. I was just laying here watching TV. No, your ass was asleep.
You figured that part out, but you got to do what's best for you. I know if I lower it, changes how people accept it.
That's right.
I've had people say I can just talk. Talk me to sleep. And the
I can listen to you. I could close my eyes and listen to you all day long. Yes.
I'm actually talking about something here. You falling asleep. No,
like for real.
Okay, but just know I'm hanged up when I hear you start snoring.
So, are there any new up and coming open mics that you will be doing? I know earlier I mentioned about BARZ doing Lust and Laughter again at the Artist Block in Greensboro, North Carolina. That is August 16th, right?
Yes, I believe it's August 16th. I don't think that's changed, but if you follow me, believe me, there will be flyers and there will be a notice of.
That's right.
All you gotta do is
I'll be posting as well. Might even be there myself again.
Right. So yeah, I have Lust and Laughter. Every Thursday I am on Onyx Urban Media Group. They are an online podcast as well. So you'll have spoken word from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Thursday night. So you'll hear RL and a slew of other poets who just love hearing spoken word. Where else? What else am I doing? I gotta do a plug.
That's right.
So I do have the poem In Letters to Fathers. This is by Timmy Dunlap. You can find that online. I have about 5 or 6 poems in Yonetry, Volume 1 and 2, that Yoning and that poetry put together. You can find these books if you're local, Next Chapter Bookstore in Denton's Boys in Greensboro, or on my website, MissIsEyes.com. What else am I up to? That's all I'm up to right now.
What's this new piece you're commissioning?
Okay, so I'm gonna give exclusive information because I haven't told many people what this is. So sometimes a no becomes a yes, and you have to be okay with sometimes they're not yes. So I had submitted some art for art in municipal spaces in Greensboro, city of Greensboro. And they were like, I like that, but not for this. Okay, a little disappointed, but okay, cool. I got a call and they wanted me to do 7 original paintings that will be featured in City Hall. These 7 paintings will represent the 7 colleges in Greensboro. So they will be displayed in City Hall by the end of this year, beginning of next year. So if you don't see me out in these streets, it's because my head is down trying to make sure that these are finished by the end of the year.
Okay. Yeah. Exclusive. I love it when people come on here and share the exclusive stuff. I love it. Hey.
But yes, it's very close to my heart. Something I didn't expect. A bigger blessing than me just being using the other piece that they were looking at originally. So yeah, I am.
That's dope.
It will be an unveiling, and I want my people to come through and see art.
Indeed, indeed. And we gonna show up. We gonna
Show up.
show up and show out for sis. So without further ado, let folks know how they can find you, follow you, plugs, shout outs. If you got another piece you want to share before we get on up out of here, let's it's on you.
Okay. You can find me for all things, a collage of all things Nasai. Nasai'sEyes.com is right there so you don't spell it wrong. NISISEYES. You can Google me and you'll find Nasai's Eyes. You'll find anything me. If you're interested in art, such as the art back here, it's on the website as well, but Top Shelf Artistry by Nasai. I do have online exhibits with my art, as well as if you are close to Hope Mills, North Carolina. I think it's called Dirty Whiskey Cocktail Bar. I do have my art in an exhibit there as well. That's up until September 14th. If you need makeup classes, makeup sessions, all the things, again, Nasai'sEyes.com. If you need me to write some poetry because you're not good at it, but you need to say some things to your boo or somebody, let me know. Yeah, at the end of the day, Nasai'sEyes.com for everything. And I think I'm going to leave you. I'm not going to do the sleepy one. I'm not going to do the sleep poem. I'm going to do the poem that was inspired from another poet. She's unapologetic. She did a poem recently, and being a preacher's kid, I was like, that resonates. Brought the church girl and the erotic together, so I was like, okay, I gotta write something. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one. We ready?
So wait, how new was this?
Huh?
How new was this?
I think I might have done it at the last one. I don't know.
Oh, so it's like fresh, like.
Yeah, it's within the last month or two.
Okay.
The last month or two. So you'll hear some references. I'm gonna try to get my. He told me, everything I eat, I bless. So he sat me up on the counter and put a napkin around his neck. He laid me back and bowed his head. I thought he was about to put his whole face in, but he said he had to give thanks before breaking bread. He said, God, thank you for this feast that you have brought forth. It was your hands that shaped and molded her just for me. So I know you did your best work because you perfect everything. She smells so good. Like lavender, vanilla with a hint of chocolate. I know I'm going to be sleeping it because the itis going to set in. But she like my kryptonite. All she got to do is say yes. God, I'm trying not to dive in, but I know I got to give you thanks because you prepared this plate. And I hope that you quench my thirst because thy rod, thy staff, are at attention, ready to part the sea, comfort her, and bring Jericho to its knees. And God, forgive me. And thank you all at the same breath. Because she told me she was the kind of girl that grew up in church. I told her, I'm a preacher's daughter. A new age church girl, if you will. Growing up, I had to be in church most days of the week. Usher board, choir rehearsal for praise dance, praise team, Bible study on Saturdays for the building fund plans. We was always there. As much as I was there, I should have had a certificate for hours completed, but that's neither here nor there. I probably shouldn't have told him that I'm a preacher's daughter. Because y'all start thinking nasty thoughts. Nasty grinds. Showtime, round 1 and 2. Listen to it, it'll bless you. you might be thinking, I wonder what that mouth did. But for real, this PK wasn't that bad. I was against the myth. I didn't want to get caught and my mama beat my ass. I only snuck somebody in the house a couple times or wasn't somewhere I was supposed to be. Rarely. Might have broken the couch and blamed it on my dad, but I prayed. It was old. I promised I prayed that I wouldn't get in trouble for the fun we had. From my Genesis, I learned to pray. Sometimes I'm on my knees or laying prostrate, asking for help and sometimes giving thanks. There are times that I've lusted over men. And other times I've laughed at myself because I laid there wondering, did I pay my phone bill? It wasn't time well spent. But as y'all know, Boss Lady J reminded me. She helped me remember some prayers I sent. I proclaimed, Dear God, dear God, why does man do so good? Got me speaking in tongues and moaning songs that have yet to be written. Because there are times I felt God created me for this. I mean, I'm pretty good with the dick. I do what I do, and my abilities I'm confident in. Maybe he was the Adam to my Eve. Because I only want one that I'd risk forbidden apple seeds. Walking around my loving bed naked as a jaybird without a care in the world. He rocked me like Noah's Ark. And he had me swallowed up like Jonah. He sang me the Song of Solomon. I was in lust and love and learning the strength that God gave me like David as I defeated his Goliath. I was a woman at his well, sitting at his feet, looking up at him, being the good Samaritan, awaiting his 10 commandments because I can be submissive. I'm waiting on my Boaz, but it seems like I keep getting Lazarus in different forms. So I'll keep praying because I know all this practice wasn't for nothing. I want to show him what's God-given, and I'll keep getting on my knees because I know it's coming because everything I eat, I bless. And in my revelation, the Old Testament taught me many lessons. And my New Testament resurrects my love and is everlasting. He will read me like the Bible and understand my verses. For he will be committed, and his actions will show it. For we will eat, drink, and be merry. Y'all be blessed.
Oh, baby. Let me put a bib on. Pinch it off.
It might get a little messy.
That's a lot of messy there when you need a bib. That ain't no little nothing.
A little squirt, a little messy. Ooh.
You know, for aisle 6'9". You know, I would love to thank you for coming. You know, we put you on the spot during last week's show, but you know, so don't, you know, we planned it, just so you know.
I was sitting there like, let me look at my schedule while she putting me on the spot to see if I can do it.
But yes, whenever you got anything else up and coming, please come back again. You know, this is a safe space. This is for y'all too to come through whenever y'all need some help promoting. You know, you got some new things you want to share with the world. Come through and, you know, share with us. Shouts out to those who are watching through Blast and those who are watching through my direct YouTube page, Queen Shine 790. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Carla, she gave you claps all the way through. You know, it's Friday. You know, y'all be cooling. How y'all be cooling? Be safe out there. Yeah. You know, shouts out to those that are going through these recent floods that they really not giving too much, you know, highlights on. Those not only in Texas, but those who are like an hour away from me in High Point. Those who are 2 hours away in Durham and Raleigh. South Carolina, like Charlotte, literally like jumped over like and around. So, you know, all of those that are dealing with flooding issues, those that are just dealing with life in general. Life has its own life. It'll be life and for all of us. So that's why I say be cool and how you be cool and be safe out there in these streets. You can follow me on TikTok, you know, Shine Marley. You can follow me on Facebook as Sunshine Vibrations, which is my writer's page. You can find me on IG at Queen Shine, which is QUEEN 8 HINE. And just so y'all know, run over to Clubhouse if you got time, from starting at 8 p.m. It is, my Clubhouse roomies and Partners in Rhymes, Lyrical Vibes. So if you want to continue your poetic experience, this is one dope open mic to jump in on. So again, run over to Clubhouse, Partners in Rhymes, Lyrical Vibes room, join the room so you get the little pink ticket off your face. You know what I'm saying? And this is every Friday at 8 p.m. on Clubhouse. Shouts out to Malikia, aka Lady Mazel Tov. Shout out to Scott, aka Father Time. Triple P, Eros, and also Devlin and myself. They was excuse the knocking earlier. My royal sons, they always do this to me. So I know it got something to do with food. So I got to run up in there, before I jump on to the next thing. So, just peace and poetry out there for you. And just remember, in life, it's health, wealth, or stealth. And it's about accountability. And once you have accountability, then we can have duality. Stop trying to run out here being people's peace when you ain't even peace to yourself. Okay?
Well,
to yourself before you could be someone else's peace. All right? And I hope tonight you was blessed, and we will see you next time. And we out.